This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News9, English news as it should be.
Thanks very much for tuning in to News9. I'm Nabila Jamal. This is Unmissable. I take you through news from India and across the globe. Let me start with Navratri that's begun in India. We're looking at a controversy that's erupted as several states, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, the right-wing Hindu groups have demanded that those entering Garba festivals or events have to be only Hindus. People's Aadhaar cards will be checked. They should be wearing a tilak and a kada. Only then will they be allowed. Basically, objecting to any Muslim entering this event. We will take you through that with our panelists on board on the Garba rules that have been set this Navratri. And in our deep dive segment, customs raiding some celebrities, including Dulquer Salmaan and Prithviraj, over luxury cars that apparently evaded taxes. Now, no proof is yet against both of them, Dulquer and Prithviraj, but their homes were raided. We will take you through details on that. On the way tax evasion is being done, a big racket that's been busted. And finally on Day Tonight, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah of Karnataka appealing to Wipro's Azim Premji, a radical request, asking him to allow cars to enter and cut through his campus so that it could ease traffic congestion along Bengaluru's IT corridor. We will take you through that news. As always, I start with the headlines first. Shah Rukh Khan and Vikram Masi share Best Actor honours at the 71st National Awards. Rani Mukherjee wins first National Award as the Best Actress for Mrs. Chatterjee vs. Norway, while 12H Fail bags Best Feature Film. And Mohanlal receives Dada Saheb Phalke Award, the highest honour.
Delivers a power depth, case officer, being authenticity.
Amit Shah says Prime Minister Modi gave a spine to India's foreign policy, contrasting it with previous governments where diplomacy outweighed security. He cites swift retaliatory action against Pakistan terror attacks under Modi. India has extended the closure of its airspace for Pakistani civilian and military aircraft until October 24th. Pakistan has also maintained its ban on Indian planes, with both restrictions in place since April after Pahalgam terror attack. India's Arshdeep Singh makes a fiery on-field gesture, which is now coming to fore. In fact, India-Pakistan match went into a lot of controversy after some of the Pakistan players gestured, almost echoing Operation Sindoor on the field. Here, Arshdeep Singh making a fiery on-field gesture in response to Harris has now become the most viral video clip on platforms. Karnataka High Court suspends 200 ticket price ceiling. In fact, the High Court has put an interim stay, and this at least has granted some kind of relief to producers and multiplex chains. Remember, you had Kantara Chapter 1's filmmakers, Hombale Films, who appealed to the court asking this cap to be removed as it hits the revenue stream of a big film like Kantara. The court has put a stay on it until next hearing. Tamil Nadu Deputy Chief Minister Udayanidhi Stalin accuses BJP and Sanghis of creating controversies to undermine the DMK government, asserting the administration continues to perform effectively despite opposition tactics on funds, language and state rights. US authorities dismantle a telecom network near the UN in New York, seizing over 100,000 SIM cards and 300 servers linked to threats against senior officials. The move comes ahead of the UN General Assembly, safeguarding global leaders. Trump administration proposes changes in the H-1B visa process, giving reference to higher paid and more skilled workers. In fact, says preference to American workers is the focus. If finalized, the new H-1B process will prioritize applications from employers offering higher wages to protect American workers from foreign wage competition. US President Donald Trump praises America's achievements, claims global respect and warns on illegal immigration while sharply criticizing UN as ineffective. He calls for peace in Gaza, highlighting his administration's economic and military successes. Donald Trump has spoken extensively on this very platform, also suggesting that many countries, including India and China, have been fueling the Ukraine war. Though he's gone fairly soft on India this time. But he says India and China are backrolling the Ukraine war, adding that NATO states buying Russian oil. This is their bid to fund the war against Ukraine. A big statement there coming from Trump right now. All right, let me start with our top story. As Navratri has begun, we're looking at guidelines that have been set by right-wing Hindu groups on who can enter these Garba events. Navratri festivities in Bhopal have begun under the shadow of a controversy. On day one, hoardings right outside Garba venues have triggered quite some outrage and a debate. Posters that bar Muslims from entering these Garba events. And in fact, it blatantly states, these banners says jihadi is not allowed. Those caught will be made to undergo ghar wapsi. Organizers have also announced strict conditions for entry into these events. Participants must wear a tilak on the forehead and a sacred thread on the wrist, show their Aadhaar cards at the gate, purify themselves with Ganga water, and in some places they've asked even cow urine to be poured on them. They've been asked to offer prayers in Varaha and Goddess Durga. In fact, to offer prayers to Varaha and Goddess Durga. Apart from that, follow traditional Hindu customs throughout the event. These are the guidelines that have been given and put out clearly by the organizers, of course, backed by the right-wing Hindu groups. Madhya Pradesh Minister Vishwas Sarang has backed this move, saying Garba is a Hindu ritual, not an entertainment show, and that only Hindus should participate. Here's the minister's take.
जो लोग हिंदू धर्म का पालन करते हैं उन्हीं को गरबे में जाना चाहिए, जो हिंदू हैं उन्हीं को गरबे में जाना चाहिए। ये कोई एंटरटेनमेंट का कार्यक्रम नहीं है, ये विशुद्ध रूप से आराधना है देवी माँ की। तो निश्चित रूप से इसमें जो लोग जा रहे हैं वो अपनी आइडेंटिटी बताएं, ये बहुत आवश्यक है। और मुझे लगता है कि जो हिंदू धर्म का पालन नहीं करते वो जाते क्यों, ये कोई एंटरटेनमेंट शो थोड़ी है।
Well, you have the district collector there, Kaushalendra Vikram Singh, who stepped up his own directives. He says clearly that IDs to these Garba events must be checked thoroughly. CCTV cameras must be installed, of course, for safety purposes and to ensure any instance or mishap happens. There's first aid and firefighting that should be arranged to ensure any untoward incident is curbed. But nonetheless, he's very clearly said Aadhaar cards will be checked. He insists that the rules are for safety of women and law and order must be in place. But the hoardings and the statements have really split public opinion here. Supporters argue that these restrictions protect cultural sanctity and safeguard women, while critics call this blatant discriminatory, a dangerous step towards social exclusion. The debate isn't confined to Madhya Pradesh. Remember, this has also happened, guidelines like this also given to some of the Garba events in Maharashtra, where the Vishwa Hindu Parishad there has issued advisories making Aadhaar card mandatory and tilak application as compulsory, even saying Muslims who are so eager to join the event must first convert. Ghar wapsi, if you convert, then you're welcome. In Rajasthan's Bhilwara, similar ID checks has been mandated. It's been enforced. Organizers are all set to sprinkle Ganga water and cow urine to maintain sanctity as per their own guidelines. This conflict has been simmering for years. It's not new, but it seems like it's formalized now. But last year in Divas, Madhya Pradesh, Hindu Jagran Manch activists had stormed the Garba Pandal ordering non-Hindus to leave or they will face assault. These were some of the videos that were circulated back then. In Uttar Pradesh, a Muslim artist, Baby Imran, was barred mid-performance. While she was performing, she was stopped. Electricity was cut off. This lady here, she was forced to leave the venue because she was Muslim. In fact, she was invited by the organizers because she spoke fluent Sanskrit, and she, as an artist, she was invited as an artist. She was performing, and electricity was cut off, and she was forced to leave. Now, for many, this growing intolerance undermines the spirit of interfaith harmony and threatens the very essence of India's cultural unity. And for many others, this is probably how they want it. Let me bring in our guests, Brinda Adige, social activist and director, Global Concerns India. We also have Ratan Sarda, author and political analyst, and Deshdeep Saxena, author and senior journalist, Madhya Pradesh. Thank you all of you for joining us. Let me start with Mr. Deshdeep, who's joining us live from Madhya Pradesh. Sir, Bhopal, we're looking at some strict mandates there put in place. And, well, I understand this can't be, some of those banners are way too radical for the government to support it either. Jihadis are not allowed. I'm sure the government is not backing such statements. But at the same time, you have the same government saying, yes, it's a Hindu festival. What's wrong? Only Hindus should go, nobody else. So that kind of emboldens the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, who's known in past instances to have created a ruckus, assaulting people there. In some videos, we also showed Muslim artist that was performing was forced to leave. Electricity was cut off until she left, though she was invited by the Garba organizers. So this kind of bullying in some of the venues, ensuring that only Hindus participate. Do you believe this is a larger sentiment within Madhya Pradesh, that they don't want anybody else apart from Hindus to be taking part?
Well, I doubt that this is a larger sentiment. Most of the people still want that these celebrations should be held within communal harmony. But this is, as you said in your opening statement, this has not happened for the first time. It has been going on for long, especially in BJP ruled state. I remember it started few years ago with New Year celebrations, when the right-wing activists would vandalize some hotels or wherever these New Year celebrations are being held. Before this Garba controversy, let me tell you one more thing, that in the past 1 year, the right-wing activists, they have been visiting gymnasiums, gyms, and ensuring, within quotes, that there should not be any Muslim or male Muslim instructor looking after the women members of the gyms. And now this Garba thing. Let me tell you the scale, you would get an idea. About 1,600, there's about over 1,600 Durga Pandals, including some small tableau. Many of them are holding Garba festivities, the Dandiya. And there is one celebration where the celebrations are being held in almost 3.53 lakh square feet area. There are food festivals.
No, we know it's completely commercialized. I'm not saying all, but many of them are commercialized. And you have tourists coming in out of intrigue and just wanting to be part of the cultural extravaganza. How do you demarcate among thousands and maybe in some venues, lakhs of people, that only Muslims should be left out, the others are welcome? If you're a tourist, if you're a foreigner, you're welcome. Of course, Hindus only event, but apart from that, tourists, foreigners are welcome, but Muslims, you be out.
But it is happening, it is happening.
Is it widespread?
If there are right-wing activists, they are visiting or they are sort of giving their diktat, displaying hoardings. So police is also under tremendous pressure. Nobody wants law and order situation. So, which is why the collector has come up with this idea of
checking
having
Aadhaar.
this identity cards, because nobody wants, no collector, no SP or no police inspector wants something wrong happening in
basically out of fear the police are complying. Then that shows the failure of the police, that they don't have a spine to stand up to the ethos of the country. But nonetheless, let's not forget instances that have been reported of some people disguising their identity and walking into these events and probably creating trouble. It has happened in the past. There have been instances. We're not denying it. Mr. Ratan Sarda, your take on that. Do you believe these past instances of fake identities being used at Garba events has really fueled this protocol today?
The way you have designed the whole debate is from the beginning, continuously calling Hindus a right-wing, devout Hindus who want their festival to be respected as right-wing, is fine, your call. But tell me, are the Hindus only to carry the flag of secularism and carry the cross of secularism for India? Nobody else is responsible. Why only Hindu festivals are turned secular, some kind of fun-making kind of festival where anybody can rejoice? There is no sanctity there. So you had Onam, which is purely Hindu festival, thousands of years, converted to a secular festival. No, it's not a Hindu festival. You had Sabrimala, you said, no, it's secular, anybody can go. You said Holi is a festival of color, and if everybody has a right, it is not a Hindu festival. Chamundeshwari Devi is not Hindu Devi. That is recently they said. Vijayadashmi is not a Hindu festival. What is Vijayadashmi? You have Diwali, they said it's a festival of light. It is not a Hindu festival. Pujo, you talked about non-BJP areas. In Puja festival, when during that Vimarshan, Muharram festival gets primary place and Pujo has to wait. That Vimarshan has to wait. This happened. It is on record. So my simple point is, have Hindus no sense of respect for their festival? Why when Hindu says, Papa, mere festival ki izzat karo, let me celebrate the way I want to, why they are called extremists, right-wing and hate-filled people? Do I go and say, I will lead Eid prayer? Do I say I will go there and celebrate Eid? Do I say I will go on Christmas and sit in the church and trying to tell them what is wrong or right with that church? I went to a condolence meeting of a friend in a church. I was not given the wine and bread. It's fine because I am not a Christian. I went to Jordan mosque. I was not allowed to enter certain area. I was allowed to get in saying, no, this is a particular area for namaz. Fine. So why do you want to enter a place which you don't respect? You don't believe in puja. You don't believe in murti. You will not bow your head to Durga because you will celebrate Mahan Vaishaks or in JNU. That is not freedom of speech. So please, Nabila, let us respect Hindu sentiment also. They have a right to have the festival as Hindu festival. If you want to join as a Hindu festival. Don't try to discolor my festival of my religious fervor or my religious feeling just because you want to say secular. Will we call any other festival like that? We don't. You raised objection
to me calling the entire Hindu community as right-wing Hindu group. I was very pointed by saying right-wing Hindu groups like the VHP. I said the VHP and they are a right-wing Hindu group. I am also
right-wing because I am supporting this, the festival to be.
You are not VHP, sir. Are you VHP?
I am RSS. So you can call me right-wing.
You are right-wing. I'm not saying no, but when I speak specifically of VHP, they've shown radical tendencies in the past.
My simple request is...
My only contention here is you can't deny the fact that the VHP has not indulged in violence. They are a radical group on many levels have shown signs of radicalism.
If I was to put this banner, I would not put it like this. I would say this festival is only for Hindus.
Correct.
You believe in Hindu Devi.
So do you condemn it? That's it. You said it yourself. Do you condemn this slogan, jihadi is not allowed?
I am not into. I am saying, why do you condemn Hindu festivals to be celebrated by Hindus? Why do you say it's a fun-loving festival? So condom company can make an advertisement.
I have not said it. I have not said it. I am exactly giving the picture of what people are saying, the sentiments across.
Nabila, I'll give one example. When you start saying every Hindu festival is something fun-loving, free-loving, festival for everybody, you have a case of condom company.
Sir, lots and lots of temples in India do not allow non-Hindus.
No, you didn't allow.
Nobody's objecting to that.
Very critical point. It is neither Hindu nor Muslim. How can a condom company start selling Navratri as some kind of free sexual festival where they sell condom? This is what happens when you dehumanize Hindus, when you dehumanize their festivals. This is where it goes.
No, sir, Hindus, nobody is objecting the Hindus to carry out their festivities, but to kind of demarcate that Muslims alone are not going to be allowed, how does it fit into the country's ethos? It does not.
But ethos are only for Hindus, so you will keep on dehumanizing
what part of the Muslim festivals are you not...
Separate them away.
Are you not welcome to?
No, you're saying.
No, you're saying you're comparing mosques. You're comparing mosques. Sir, most temples don't allow non-Hindus either. Like mosques who do not allow non-Hindus in some areas. Like that, temples also don't allow non-Hindus.
So, point is, why you are demonizing Hindus festivals?
Nobody is
which are religious
demonizing,
festivals?
Sir. I'm asking you, why do you think this sentiment, this Qatar sentiment is coming to play?
Okay, Nabila, tell me what is Navratri?
So you tell me, sir. You probably know it much better than I do. So why don't you explain to our viewers
you at
what
least
is Navratri?
know. It says 9 days of festival of worshipping Shakti, Durga in various forms all over India in different form or the other, right from Jammu to Punjab to Gujarat to Kolkata to Assam to Golu in South, everywhere. So you have Durga being celebrated and worshipped as a symbol of Shakti across Bharat. It's a religious festival. There is Bhutakama also. So all these festivals ultimately tell you it's a purely religious festival. You want to join as a devout person who respects Durga. You cannot have people who are celebrating Mahishasur and calling Durga various names to attend that festival.
So you're basically picking radical elements and pointing out and making a generalized statement.
Okay,
my question is, how do you justify that a lady, Baby Imran, who was a singer who was invited by the organizers to perform at the Garba event, the VHP barged in, pulled off electricity and shoved her out. Is that okay?
Same VHP invited Muslims to Ram Mandir opening. Is it not a fact? So those Muslims...
No, the same Muslims have invited Hindus also to many dargahs.
Even today I'm saying...
Hindus have been invited to many dargahs as well. And a lot of celebrations, Eid celebrations is as secular as can be across the country.
Nabila, you know that dargah as per Salafist and Deobandis, it's not accepted as haram. Muhammad said you cannot have any symbol. So even dargah is not actually pure Islam.
Sir, in Vaishno Devi brothers, you had Vaishno Devi, in Vaishno Devi, there were Muslims who performed in the first few hours.
Yes.
You know, so that's the Vadadi brothers had performed, and that's the spirit of the secular country, right?
If you are ready to go inside, worship Durga, do Aarti of Durga, take a tilak, I'm fine.
No, do you believe, sir, that stage will even come? Because here they are screening based on Aadhaar, no? They are screening based on Aadhaar. Yeah, I'm just telling you exactly that they have said very clearly non-Muslims not allowed. If you want to enter, you have to convert.
Someday balance will come. When you abuse Hindus for asserting their religious rights, this will happen, extremism will happen. Only when you become balanced, you start taking as they respect their religion, they will also balance and they will also realize we are going to extremes.
Okay. Why only Muslims? My question is, why only Muslims? Why not all? Why not no foreigners allowed, no Christians allowed, no Parsis allowed?
I said
no Jews allowed.
Anybody who goes with respect, celebrates Durga, does puja and aarti for Durga, I'm saying it's fine with me. That's my view.
Okay. Now, and that's certainly a very logical and a balanced view that you have. But my point here is that the VHP groups, which, their sentiments that's also echoed by the Maharashtra government, a minister also saying that, yeah, Hindus only should be participating in it, is a bit of a disappointer, because that's emboldening such groups to actually put out posters like that says jihadi is not allowed into Garba events. And let's not forget that a lot of these Garba events have been commercialized. It's no more just a sacred small group or a large group performing only Hindu rituals. It's been, like our senior journalist from Madhya Pradesh said, it's a festival of culture. It's a festival of food. It's like acres of land where they hold this Garba event. Some of them are ticketed. So it kind of spoils the...
commercialization. With all due respect,
but that's what happened,
I'm not for commercialization of the festival. Neither Ganpati nor Durga, I don't want them to be commercialized the way they are. I'm against that also. So what?
Okay. Let me bring in Brinda Adige. I think we've kept her waiting too long. Brinda, your take on this. We're looking at restrictions to oppose Muslims, clear-cut. Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Rajasthan. Protocols have been given that those entering will have to wear a tilak. Holy water will be poured on them, and in some places they've said even cow urine will be sprayed on them to maintain sanctity, and only then will they be allowed after checking identity cards. Now, I don't know if they check identity cards and they see a Muslim, whether they're going to allow them or not, whether they will give the opportunity to that person to go inside and show respect to the goddess, we don't know. But these are the rules. What does that appear to you?
Nabila, first and foremost, having that kind of a poster outside a event is unacceptable and unconstitutional. Branding a certain group of people believing in a certain religion as anything without having any legal connotations to it. Now, you can tell me that, you have proven that I'm a terrorist, and so you might call me a certain name. But putting out something like that is just identity politics. Now, that said, the earlier panelists as well as you have mentioned that this is not only a religious event, it is also a cultural event, and it is often, of late, a lot of it is a paid event. Now, historically, if you look at the Navratri Garba, it has been a social cohesion cultural celebration. There is one part of it that is there with the pujas that is done, but prasad was never denied to anybody. Participating in the Garba, the dance itself, the cultural celebrations itself was never denied to anybody. I myself remember going and attending so many of these functions. Even today, we have invitations to go over there in many of the private ones. Now, over here, when this is coming, it is certainly right-wing, it is certainly identity politics, and it is breaking that social cohesion that was built over many, many years, and now it is going to be broken with this whole show me your ID card, you wear a tilak, and I will sanctify you, and only then I will let you inside.
But
just goes to show I'm not going to be respected as an Indian citizen who's willing to go inside there, respecting whatever are those cultural norms that that happen inside.
But my only limited point here is that for those who may be condemning this, there have been cases in the past where Muslim men particularly going inside, misbehaving. I'm not saying Muslims alone. That way you're also, in fact, how do we know that it's Muslim boys alone who are going and misbehaving? You never know what caste, community, creed they come from. Just weeding out Muslims, will that ensure safety of women entirely? We don't know. But the point is that this has happened in the past where some Muslim boys were dragged out because they were touching, grabbing or whatever. It's happened in the past. They have created nuisance. It's happened. And instances like this in pockets has led to this kind of radical sweeping measures by the VHP and their supported groups.
We know that there is a certain target only on Muslim men or Muslim people, and women's safety. Are you saying that the Christian men, the Buddhist men and the Hindu men or the Jain and the Sikh men are better off and they do not grope and touch? Very recently, 2 months ago, you saw what happened in Bangalore, somewhere in Karnataka or Bangalore, where women who had gone to a temple and there were men and young boys who were groping women in that celebration. And police did catch all of them, nearly 480 of them. So we are not talking of a small number on a single evening. And they were all, of course, fined 20-80 rupees, whatever it is. So let us not harp on the women's safety part of it as only certain men doing these kind of things. We know that men across all religions, caste and class do indulge in gender-based violence, sexual molestation, sexual harassment in public spaces. So that said, I think talking about Muslim men, of course, there might be some cases. Now, we would like to find out why the police did not highlight all the cases and brought out only Muslim cases, but that is another different argument. Here, you want to check Aadhaar cards, please do so, because you are addressing safety. But if you're going to be looking at those Aadhaar cards to decide and say that I'm a Muslim, and then you add a little more to say you convert for the Navratri festivals, Garba dance, cultural celebration, you're asking me to convert? Now, if that is not right-wing extremism, trying to, heap the identity politics and say that if you cannot become this, then you cannot take part in this, then we have lost out on our unity in diversity.
Okay.
We must scrap that entire phrase.
Right. Let me bring in Mr. Ratan Sharda on that.
I'll just make very small comments. First of all, today itself in Mankhurd in Mumbai, a Durga Ma being brought to the Pandal was attacked. All the four are Muslims. The hand of the idol was broken. And this happens during every Durga Puja nowadays. So Hindus need police protection for celebrating their festivals right from north to south, east to west. Is it not identity politics? Then you talked of police station during Garba. I can tell you, I have been around since my birth in Maharashtra, where there are Garba festivals right from day one. I have never found one case of molestation in any of the Garba Navratri. If you go to Surat, Gujarat, girls move around till 2 a.m. in the morning. There are thousands of people there. Not one molestation case has been reported.
Sir,
And if you go to
there are
south,
festivals.
and Tamil
Hyderabad
Nadu, I have
She
gone.
team has
Tamil
detained
Nadu, I have
600
gone.
men at a Hindu temple event.
It's very
600
bad.
men, and it's repeatedly
exception.
happening.
I am talking Navratri. I am not talking what is happening in
How is
Navratri.
Navratri different from if it's a public gathering? Women are there,
Tamil
women
Nadu.
are dancing, women are dressed.
I have gone
It's
to
attracting
Tamil Nadu.
perpetrators,
I have
irrespective of
gone
which
to
event
Ta-
where.
I am gone to Tamil Nadu, where even at night, 1 and 2 a.m., women who move freely, there is no problem at all. One exceptional case, they must be punished very hardly. And if somebody says jihadi, that means actually those people are differentiating with jihadi and Muslims. So why are you boiled up that every Muslim is jihadi? Has anyone
So
said
then my
that?
only question
No.
here is maybe our
My
journalists,
point is,
maybe
and
our
secondly,
journalists,
why
Deshdeep,
Muslims are not bringing girls? Why Muslims are not bringing girls
that's
to
a
the
point.
Garba? Why only
I
boys
agree
are
with that
coming?
point. Many of the Hindu boys, Muslim boys come, they say without their wives just to enjoy.
Yes,
I'm not
sisters
denying
or
it.
wives, they should
But
come.
is it limited to religion? Aren't Hindu boys going
Yes.
aren't Hindu boys going out and partying without their wives?
They go with their sister, they go with the brother. I'm talking
Sir,
simply of Navratri.
okay,
I'm not talking of anything.
okay, I'm saying in
I'm
general.
not
Okay,
talking
all
of
right,
clubbing.
all right.
Don't bring Navratri equal to clubbing, please.
No, I'm not
Respect my
clubbing. I'm
sentiments.
saying don't they go out without their wives at all?
No, for Navratri, they go together.
That's a
Men, women, brother, sister, everybody
that's
goes
a
together.
custom in the religion. I agree, but anyway,
Okay,
this is going to go. This is
see.
it will. I know what you're saying, and you know what I'm saying. So let's. Deshdeep Saxena, final word from you, sir. Here, sir, Mr. Ratan Sarda says only jihadis have to be worried. Others need not be worried. But my limited question here is, if Aadhaar card says Imran, will he be allowed into a Garba event in Bhopal now?
I doubt whether he would be allowed. And I also doubt whether Imran would actually go and would invite trouble. You
Okay.
know, because the situation is actually tense. Why we are discussing all this? Because we share a we had a glorious past of communal harmony and cultural diversity, which is now, these festivals used to be celebrated in a very communal harmony way. But now it has become the equations of communal tension because of the obvious reasons, and we all know why it is happening. There's a lot of politics, which is involved.
Okay. You say that this is politics. Brinda, I'll take your final word before I wrap here.
Yes, Nabila, it is very sad that a festival that had always been welcoming of all kinds of people, neighbors, friends, and family, today poses such a terrible, divisive tactic to separate people, to harp on divisiveness, and the entire ethical freedom that citizens can have, irrespective of their religion, to go and be part of this cultural celebration. And I think today we want to ask this question. When India is talking about being on the world map, are we continuing to break ourselves into small pieces and then claim that we are mother of democracy?
My only
Because
question,
this
and
is a
I will
big
stress on what
box.
Mr. Ratan Sarda says, why only expect secularism from Hindus? Just a limited 30-second answer from you. Why only secularism from Hindus?
Why they are all celebrating?
Christians.
Christmas is equally commercialized. Everybody has Christmas parties, and even Thanksgiving parties they have. We have nothing against it. Please do. You celebrate. You're happy. You're with your family and your friends, and that social cohesion is what we want.
Okay. That's it. Thank you very much. I'm short on time on that. I really appreciate Mr. Ratan Sarda, Brinda Adige, and Deshdeep for joining us on that. A quick break. We'll be right back with our top story on raids across celebrity homes in Kerala over tax evasion of luxury cars. Stay with us.
Love is nothing without the thought. Unlimited love. The B6 Pack 2 starts at 21.9 lakh.
Alakazam face disappear. Moonlight.
Smooth, silent, seamless. Sliding systems from headache.
Curves that turn heads. Intelligent touches that excite. Presenting the sleek and smart all-electric VF6 from VinFast. India price starts at 16.49 lakhs.
You can take a left, you can take a right. And it's also a little time. If you really feel it, see our price. It's the vibe, it's the vibe, it's the vibe.
अलौकिक, अद्भुत, अनुपम और भी ज्यादा भव्य होगा दुर्गोत्सव का जश्न। बेमिसाल 2 सीजन्स के बाद TV9 नेटवर्क एक बार फिर लेकर आ रहा है फेस्टिवल ऑफ इंडिया सीजन 3। फैशन और लाइफस्टाइल का ग्लोबल एग्जीबिशन फैमिली और फ्रेंड्स के साथ होगा एक्सोटिक फन। TV9 फेस्टिवल ऑफ इंडिया सीजन 3 का हिस्सा बने। 28 सितंबर से 2 अक्टूबर मेजर ध्यानचंद स्टेडियम, इंडिया गेट, नई दिल्ली।
पापा इससे पहले जो चलाई थी वही ले ले। चलती बढ़िया है। कुछ कह रहे थे?
नहीं, इनकी सर्विस पे डाउट था ना। सर, ओवर 300 टच पॉइंट्स, 170 सिटीज।
पर इन्हें सिर्फ 25 ही साल हुए हैं। तुमसे तो ज्यादा ही है।
Skoda Fan Fest is live. Walk in today for a test drive and avail exciting benefits.
Skoda.
Welcome back. Let me cut across in a major crackdown on luxury car tax evasion. The Directorate of Revenue Intelligence and Customs have launched a nationwide operation codenamed Numkhor, which is vehicle in Bhutanese. That's what the word is called. Now, this raid has happened across parts of Kerala. Today, raids were carried out in Kochi and homes of Mollywood stars Prithviraj and Dulquer Salmaan. Officers left Prithviraj's residence without any seizure, we hear, but the action has sent shockwaves across the state. At the center of this probe are luxury cars that are allegedly smuggled in from Bhutan. Investigators say that these weren't ordinary imported cars. Some were Bhutanese army vehicles, bought cheap at auctions and routed through Himachal Pradesh and then re-registered in Kerala and other states with altered papers. A big racket where people are selling heavily to celebrities across the country, and seems like Kerala at this point is being very closely looked into. This racket that's turned bargain basement buys into inflated sales with celebrities involved. The DRI now has uncovered this massive racket, and the case was flagged to the Motor Vehicles Department. Inspections are currently being carried out across 30 locations in Kerala, including Kochi, Thiruvananthapuram, Kozhikode and Malappuram. In fact, in Kerala, car showrooms are also being thoroughly screened, along with homes of some industrialists as well that have been checked. This isn't the first time. Back in 2012 too, a religious leader was probed for using the same Bhutan route to dodge taxes on luxury cars. So how do such cars slip through? That's the big question. Registrations rely almost entirely on submitted documents. If the papers look authentic, vehicles get clearance. There's no nationwide tamper-proof database linking customs, auctions and state RTOs. That gap really allows for forged documents and changed plates to pass unchecked. 8 different models of high-end vehicles have been flagged off, where they're coming in from Bhutan and being sold in India, basically via Himachal. And we hear authorities say that these suspicious cars are going to be seized. As and when they find it, owners will be served with notices to prove, they will be in fact forced to prove its legitimacy. Documents has to be provided. And that's what officers are doing currently in Kerala. Dulquer Salmaan and Prithviraj, both homes were raided in suspicion of just that. Operation Numkhor will run in phases, we hear, covering both showrooms and individual importers. Officials stress that it is basically procedural and they're checking, this is a nationwide check. It's not a witch hunt against any one person or any celebrity. But the inclusion of high-profile names has certainly grabbed public attention here. Let me bring in Vinkesh Gulati, Vice President of Automotive Skills Development Council and former President, Federation of Automobile Dealers Association. We also have CA Bimal Jain, tax expert and President of the CMA Council, the Chamber of Trade and Industry. Thanks very much, both of you. My first question to Vinkesh Gulati. What does this appear to you, sir? We're looking at luxury cars coming in from Bhutan and being sold for cheap in India, largely targeting celebrities who are willing to pay big bucks, but yet not wanting to pay the full tax amount. So we're looking at tax evasion here, strategically done. Now we don't know if these celebrities are in the know of this racket or they're being blindsided by agents. Would you give us a little sense of what this racket is?
So, frankly, there's nothing new. We had been listening about this for many, many years. If you remember, there was a time when the hotels were allowed to import cars for their customers, and those cars came through hotel route and then were given away to the people, influential people. Similar way, in one time, even embassy was also used for a route to import such cars. So all those cars are basically which are not available in India off the rack, and obviously they are an image booster. They are all costly cars, and getting them, importing them directly, it starts from somewhere 100% to 200% duty. So first the custom duty comes in, and then obviously the at that time VAT, now today GST will come in, which will be at least 100 to 200%. So this is an easier way out. No doubt these vehicles are not bought first hand, because whosoever is doing this, and they bring the vehicle through easier route where the import duty is not high, like Bhutan or even Nepal, where the taxes are not very high of imported vehicle. So it comes through that registers, the vehicles are registered to a non-controversial name in the places where the state RTOs are not very vigilant or not aware of what is happening. And then slowly it goes to the original owner who wants it. So it's saving off a huge amount of taxes which gets them. But obviously, these are not a regular car which you can get in Delhi or India or anywhere else. These are cars which are not officially being coming in India. So that's why that has an niche value to buy it actually.
No, but how is it going unchecked? We had a list of celebrities also that we pointed out in our story, where many of the celebrities knowingly are evading tax on these luxury imported cars. Bimal, would you want to give us a sense on why aren't these celebrities who have enough and more money to shell on the car are not going that last mile to spend on that tax? Yeah, go on.
So this is not correct, Nabila. In case import duty leviable, then being celebrity, they should be lead by example, and they must discharge the duties and taxes as applicable. In case they are not discharging, try to understand, it's a non-bailable offense under Customs Act. So if amount of duty evaded more than 50 lakh rupees, they are liable for imprisonment up to 7 years. They will pay up the duty, interest and penalty equivalent of evaded duty amount. So to my mind, why this evasion and why at the celebrity level is a big question mark. From my side, looks like those who are celebrity, they should lead by example and do comply the provision and pay the taxes.
What are the loopholes, if I could ask you, the loopholes that are allowing for these people to actually evade taxes? Loopholes in the customs and RTO coordination, and this whole Bhutan racket ring, if you have an idea on that. How are these cars being sent to India? luxury cars sent to India, fake number plates until they're actually registered in certain states. How come those states' RTOs are not looking through the documentation enough? How are they not spotting the errors?
Nabila, you rightly picked up. See what happened when it is being routed through Bhutan and that to neighboring state, then they are taking the easiest route, hand in gloves, they are mixed up. And that is how they are, hiding these information. So this is going on as a racket. It is going on from Bhutan to India border and then coming to Indian state. And then from any particular Himachal Pradesh, as you referred, then from Himachal Pradesh registration is being done. Even the RTO authority also get it to hand in glove. So some racket, organized racket is working for it. They are getting these cars in Bhutan first, then transporting to Himachal Pradesh, and then getting registered in Himachal Pradesh, and then transporting to other state. And that too they are doing in the name of, local car. They are not saying it is imported car. They are not declaring correct value. They are not correctly declaring origin of goods as well. Under import, if you look at custom law, origin of goods need to be declared. So when evasion is happening as a racket, which you rightly picked up, it is going on hand in glove. All the authorities are mixing up together and then doing this evasion at a large scale, which is not correct for the nation.
No, my only question is, do you think these celebrities are not aware of it, of this racket? When they buy these cars, you think they're aware of this? Or
I can't say that whenever who is purchasing the car, he must be paying the price for it, Nabila. So when you are paying the price, you must be knowing what is the incidence of taxes as on date. Just I'm drawing your attention. Let's say if you are purchasing luxury car of 50 lakh rupees, then there's 70% custom duty, 70%, which work out to be 35 lakh, then 10% social welfare surcharge, which is calculated on custom duty. So it is 3.5 lakh. And then you got the GST component, IGST. So until 21st of September 2025, 28% IGST rate was leviable on CIF, cost, insurance freight, basic custom duty and social welfare surcharge, and then compensation cess of 22%. So 50% coming from IGST perspective. So if you look at 50 lakh rupees car, total duties and taxes is 82.75 lakh and the landed value becomes 1.33 crore. So if this is the fact and figures known to everyone, if they are purchasing the car and paying the lesser value,
they should know that there's something off. Yeah.
Of course, quite implied, and they must be. And believe me, they must take a note of it. It is non-bailable offense. Imprisonment up to 7 years, and they will end up paying the duties, taxes, interest at the rate of 15% from the due date payable till the date of payment, and then penalty equivalent of amount of duty evaded. So I do not know. These fact and figures is known from the custom perspective. They are getting luxury car. If they don't know what is duties and taxes leviable, what price they are paying for it, then to my mind looks like something is hanky.
I mean, yeah, they can't be so oblivious to the prices of the market and the price that they are paying. Vinkesh Gulati, in 10 seconds, do you believe that these many of these celebrities who are purchasing it could be innocent?
I don't believe that, but very frankly, they are insulated from this scam because see, they are buying a used car from somebody, and a customer to customer purchase or sale is not leviable to any tax. So whatever happens whenever they are caught, they'll give you a legitimate purchase where everything has been transferred by banks and the person from whom they have bought it. So that's a loophole. See, if you talk about RTOs, there is a proper way of online registration of vehicles if the vehicle is manufactured in India and passed by ARAI. But if it is not, then everything is on paper and there is no proof what paper the RTO is seeing and what paper he is taking for registering the vehicle. Even if the vehicle goes there or not, that's also a big question. Maybe the vehicle comes from Bhutan straight to Chennai or Kochi
and straight to the house.
Paper goes there for that. So one thing is sure, all these big names must be insulated because there would be at least
All right, we're hoping that because they have a lot of responsibility, we're hoping they're innocent and insulated and did not know about it. Let's allow the customs and DRI to do their job. Thanks very much, both of you, for joining us on that.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, let me cut across to our top stories on day tonight. Let's begin with Bengaluru. Bengaluru's notorious traffic woes now prompting a bold new solution. State government of Karnataka is now seeking support from city's IT giants to help ease congestion on some of the busiest roads in Bengaluru, particularly the IT corridor. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has written to Wipro founder Chairperson Azim Premji proposing limited vehicular access through the Wipro campus to reduce traffic along the outer ring road, especially near the Iblur junction. In September 19 letter that was shot off to Azim Premji, the Chief Minister of Karnataka noted that traffic experts estimate such a move could really cut congestion on ORR stretches by nearly 30% during peak hours. He's urged Wipro to work with the government officials to finalize a mutually acceptable plan aiming to improve commuter experience and urban mobility across the city. The initiative comes amid mounting pressure as Bengaluru's IT hubs, including Electronic City, Whitefield, ORR corridor, completely chock-a-block, continues to witness severe traffic, often stretching commute time into hours. Many companies like Wipro have large campuses but restricted access, and it appears that now Karnataka government requesting Wipro to open up their gates at least briefly during peak hours. Whether Wipro will comply or not, it remains to be seen. But we saw inspection that was being carried out by the Urban Development Department Additional Chief Secretary Tushar Giri Nath, when they were inspecting some of the areas. Those are the images. Inspected Outer Ring Road, Silk Board, Hebbal by senior officials. Remember, Karnataka government, Chief Minister, Deputy CM both promised by October, November, potholes will be fixed and traffic congestion will be eased. So we're keeping our fingers crossed. But then in a recent reaction, DK Shivkumar, when asked about Bengaluru's potholes, he says, why are we being targeted? Potholes are everywhere. Here's what he said. Listen in.
ಗುಂಡಿಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮುಚ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಮಳೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಮುಚ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್ 200 ಅಷ್ಟು ಗುಂಡಿಗಳನ್ನ ಮುಚ್ಚುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ, ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ರೋಡ್ ನೋಡಿದೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲೆಷ್ಟು ಗುಂಡಿಗಳಿದೆ, ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮನೆ ರೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೂಡ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ಒಂದು. ಸೊ ನಾನು ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ IT ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯವ್ರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ.
All right, let me cut across to a brutal murder that's happened in Kerala, where it appears a man actually came on social media admitting the crime. A man allegedly stabbed his wife to death in Kerala and then went live on Facebook to confess. The shocking incident was reported from Kutanadi near Panalur early Monday morning. Police say the 42-year-old Isaac attacked his wife Shalini, who was 39 years of age, with a knife while she was taking a bath. In fact, she suffered multiple stab wounds and died on the spot. Soon after the crime, Isaac even went on Facebook Live admitting to killing the lady and also leveled allegations against his wife. In that 2-minute video, he says that his wife Shalini was disobedient and also financial disputes were one of the reasons, and also that she was actively participating in some political events, etc. Basically, she wasn't obeying to her husband. After the live stream, Isaac walked into the Panalur police station and surrendered. Police rushed to the scene, recovered Shalini's body. The couple's 19-year-old son has filed a complaint and a case of murder has been registered. It's very sad to see this such a brazen crime, all because the wife did not obey to her husband. This man brazenly carries out the murder and then goes on Facebook Live. If we can hear some of the nats there.
അവിടെ വന്നിട്ട് ആ വീട്ടിൽ നിന്ന് ഇറങ്ങി തരണമെന്നും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞാൽ കേൾക്കാതെ ഇഷ്ടമുള്ള രീതിയിൽ പോവുകയും വരികയും ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു. എനിക്ക് 2 മക്കളാണ്, മൂത്തവൻ ക്യാൻസർ പേഷ്യൻ്റാണ്. അവർക്ക് അതിലൊന്നും ഒരു വിഷമവുമില്ല.
Now cutting across to heavy rains continue to wreak havoc across Maharashtra. 8 lives, claiming 8 lives in Maharashtra and 10 in West Bengal. Heavy rains in Kolkata as well, bringing life to a complete standstill. From floods in villages to flight cancellations, the situation is quite critical. Let's start with Maharashtra. Continuous torrential rains that's caused Sina River in Mada Taluka, Solapur to flood for the first time. Villages there completely submerged. Farmlands have been wiped out. 25 to 30 villages fully cut off with water entering homes and threatening lives. Now, 8 civilians have died and thousands of homes and livestock have also been washed away, we hear. Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar in Maharashtra has postponed his Janasamvad program, urging officials to provide immediate relief. Meanwhile, shifting focus to West Bengal, Kolkata, heavy rains, unprecedented rainfall, in fact, in Kolkata that flooded streets, disrupting daily life. Operations at Kolkata airport have been severely affected. 30 flights have been cancelled, 42 delayed. Indigo and SpiceJet have issued travel advisories there. Train services at Howrah station also disrupted due to waterlogging, and Kolkata metro services have been suspended. 10 people have died in Kolkata due to electrocution caused by waterlogging. Pumps are being deployed to clear railway tracks and streets there in Kolkata. All right, in a matter of pride, we saw the 71st National Film Awards celebrated, the finest in Indian cinema, honouring performances, films and lifelong contributions that has left an indelible mark on the industry. Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan walked away with the Best Actor award for his powerful performance in Jawan. The award was shared with Vikrant Masse, the other Bollywood actor, who impressed critics with his nuanced performance in the film 12th Class Fail. In fact, this year's awards saw 332 entries in the feature film category, 115 in the non-feature film, 27 books, 16 critique submissions. The film 12H Fail also took home the prestigious Best Feature Film Award, and Rani Mukherjee, as you see on our screens there, was recognized with the Best Actress Award for her powerful portrayal, Mrs. Chatterjee versus Norway. Now, in a historic moment, meanwhile, recognition was given to Mohanlal. He got the Dada Saheb Phalke Award, India's highest cinematic honour, was presented to the Malayalam star Mohanlal, celebrating his extraordinary contribution to Indian cinema over past 4 decades, earning the standing ovation for him. For Best Popular Film, and Sam Bahadur for promoting national, social and environmental values. All right, a quick look. In a major move, the United Arab Emirates has temporarily suspended the issuance of tourist and work visas for citizens of 9 countries effective immediately. UAE has banned visas to nations like Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Libya, Yemen, Somalia, Lebanon, Cameroon, Sudan and Uganda. While these restrictions do not apply to those already holding valid UAE visas, new applicants from these countries, including Bangladesh, will not be accepted in UAE until further notice. Authorities have not provided an official explanation to why they've banned these countries, but analysts suggest that safety, political and health concerns may have driven this decision. The move has already shifted travel patterns now, with citizens from affected nations looking towards visa-free destinations such as Turkey, to go from Turkey and neighbouring Gulf countries into UAE if they want to. Travel experts say that the ban has reshaped the landscape for tourists and workers, while it remains unclear when this ban will be lifted and why it was exactly imposed in the first place. Affected travellers must now, of course, carefully plan. But Bangladesh being put in this list is certainly a shocker, and it appears after the political upheaval there and an interim government in place keeping the nation in tender hooks. It seems like UAE has decided to ban Bangladeshis now. Thanks very much for tuning in. You do have a great night.
Alakazam face disappear.
Mom,